I lived in the middle of nowhere and really nothing else to do but be outside and bang on metal and play with fire and any kind of crazy stuff a kid could do in the middle of nowhere. That's whenever I started watching welding videos and stuff like that, and the molten metal is really cool to me. That's what made me want to be a welder. Yeah, 9 years old, I wanted to be a welder. The only things I would really do in high school was art, my welding class, and sports. I really didn't care about what I did with my work or anything. A lot of times I would just stuff it in my backpack and say, forget it, because I didn't believe I was gonna go anywhere. And one day I just gave up, and I said, okay, well I can't do this anymore. So I went to alternative school. I didn't even finish that. I wasn't sure of where I was going with my life and my career and stuff like that. So came down to it, my parents sent me to my grandparents. My grandparents have always knew that I've wanted to be a welder ever since I was a little kid. Um, and they've always known about Tulsa Welding School. One day my grandma was like, okay, no more sitting around. We're taking you up to that school and we're signing all the papers and stuff, and you're going in right now. Everybody there was really nice too. Just walking in, and everybody's friendly. You go out in the shop and they show you each row and what the welders look like and stuff. And it's just the fact of seeing those welding machines, that see all the sparks, and I knew I was going to be able to get my hands on one of those, and I was just really excited, and I was like, okay, I'm going for this. I went to Tulsa Welding School for 7 months, and that's probably the fastest I ever believed of going through any school. I was always excited every day I woke up to go to Tulsa Welding School. It's fun, you know. The instructors of Tulsa Welding School are really great. You just have to be able to go to them and ask them questions about anything that's wrong with your welds. Like, they'll tell you almost immediately what's wrong with them. There'd be no time at all that you get it fixed. Before Tulsa Welding School, I wouldn't usually take on challenges, except I was a skater, so I always found a way to have some sort of challenge for myself. I would relate skateboarding to welding, very relative, because practice, practice, practice. Whenever you got to do those skateboard tricks, you don't always land the first one every single time. You got to practice a couple of times to land it, and then you may start out and not be good at all, but that shouldn't make you lose any hope at all, because all you have to do is practice, and you'll become as good as you think you can be. The best part going to Tulsa Welding School was being with the students and the instructors. It really makes it like a family, a welding family. Everybody's helping each other out. I don't believe that I could have done it without the people that I was at school with. Everybody that I see online is doing well, and they even have new cars and stuff like that. And it's very nice to see. Very nice to see my fellow students being successful. When you look beyond coming out of Tulsa Welding School, you just see all these jobs, and you're like, oh man, I can work my way up to that job. I can work my way up to anything I want to be now, because I have a set path. And you just stick with the student services, and they'll help you get anywhere you need, anywhere you want. I work on fitting power line poles, and the big thing about that is they're trying to eliminate deforestation with getting rid of the wooden poles. There's a lot of wooden poles out there that need to be changed. My favorite part about everything that I'm doing in my job is just how busy I stay, and my brain never goes off or anything. There's just always something to do, and being that it's welding and fitting, I feel really smart. It's just, I never thought this is where I would go with my life, and I'm where I've always wanted to be. I was tired of being a kid, and just going around messing around, not doing anything with my life. And so it really came down to the point where I said, it's time to pursue my dreams and provide for my family and everything that I need to do, to go on to become successful in life. I love my daughter. Every chance I get to spend with her after work, being able to go and have fun with her and just see the enjoyment on her face makes my day so much better. I want to be that person that raises my child to be very successful as in following my steps. Tulsa Welding School was definitely a big transition in my life. It was fun every step of the way. Welding has definitely taught me to never give up or never back down, because if you do, you won't want to get back up. Yeah, Tulsa Welding School has been a very important part of my life. They've got me where I needed to be. I'm Ian McCombs, and I'm proud to be a Tulsa Welding School graduate.